Okay, when you think of pop music, you usually think of the same, like, regurgitated thing over and over again. The simple chorus, verse, bridge, verse, chorus, you know? And most artists that get into, like, mainstream pop, mainstream R&B, you know, the really, like, frontline kind of stuff that only, you know, like, casual music listeners will listen to, they kind of fall into the same kind of, not necessarily trap, but the same themes of just having the same kind of style, you know? It's kind of difficult to tell apart people like Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars. They both do very popular music, and they both were on Silk Sonic together. But I mean, seriously, those two are the same people, you know. And the same goes for like actual like pop stars, like Britney Spears and someone else. So why am I making this video, Brad? Why are you making this video? You would never actually like listen to Charli XCX on your own volition, and you're absolutely right. I noticed, you know, over the internet, I saw this. Anthony Fantano gave Brat by Charli XCX a 10, a big old 1-0, a 1 and then a 0. So I figured, you know, Anthony likes this album so much. He praises this album so heavily. I have to give it a try. I have to listen to the album, and that's exactly what I did. On my stream from last Saturday, I hopped on and I listened to Ween, Quebec by Ween, and I also listened to Brat by Charli XCX. And I'm gonna be putting in clips from that stream, my reactions, along with what I think of each track. So let's get right into what I think is Charli XCX's best work, even though I've only really listened to this album. I have listened to Crash. Before we start this, I did listen to Crash. But that was when it came out, and I forgot most of the tracks on it. I just got a call. Who just called me? I'll call them later. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. All right, 360 starts off with this nice like chord progression, and then Charli comes on, and then just starts, you know, this pretty good verse. It's very nice, focused lyrics being put out by Charli on this track, you know. Very nice instrumentals in the background. A.G. Cook really knows what he's doing. I didn't expect the instrumentals on this album to go that hard, but on 360 it really just kind of prepares you for what's to come. And this is one of the more actual basic beats on this album, but I do think it complements Charli's voice really well. All right, Club Classics kind of like fell into the background for me until I gave it a few more listens, and once that synth pops off as soon as the beat drops, it really does hit different, you know. And then there's this warbling synth while Charli's, you know, singing and stuff, and it's just really nice, you know. Really, like I said again, it seems so focused in on the specific subgenre of pop that you just can't ignore just how well they did with both Charli's singing and the instrumental itself. Track 3, Sympathy is a Knife. Probably one of my favorite instrumentals off the entire album. Chorus kind of like was a little bit lackluster for me, you know. It's good, but it's not as good as most of the other tracks on this album. But I do think the instrumental itself makes up for most of that. Sympathy is a Knife is really good. I didn't expect the lyrics to get so dark out of nowhere, because I thought this was just dance music, but then halfway through, she's like, why I wanna buy a gun, and then she talks about, like, you know, YouTube will kill me if I say it, but you know, you guys can find out. You guys go to the lyric. Yeah, this song, Sympathy is a Knife, is very good, but honestly, it overstays its welcome a little bit, even though it's only a short 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I might say Something Stupid takes this album from just basic, like, dance music to something that has a lot more, like, slow, you know, meaning with these, like, not necessarily like organ, but like this calm piano in the background with Charli singing with this heavy auto-tune. Maybe a little bit too heavy in my opinion, but the singing is still amazing, and it's just a really vibey song throughout the whole entire thing. Kind of sad. A lot of sad themes in this album when you really get to like pick through the lyric, but man, you know, track 4 is pretty good. Track 4 is nice. All right, track 5, I'm gonna be real. Track 5, Talk. I think it's probably one of my favorite pop songs in general. No, I can't name one that's better. That chorus, oh my. It's so good. It's literally so good with that synth in the background and the drums. Everything hits. Charli's voice complements so nicely, you know? Just a master class of pop music in general. Talk is perfect. That is a perfect song. Need I say more? I don't think so. Okay, Von Dutch has this really cool, like, synth in the background, and Charli's vocals, again, with the crazy auto-tune, just goes so hard. And then at the very end of the song, she starts repeating, you're number one, and even then, A.G. Cook has the experience to make it sound so unique with, you know, Charli going, go, in the background. It's just subtle things like that make me feel like this album has a lot more character than most other pop albums. Very good. Of course, I do think Talk is way better of a song than Von Dutch, so I'm surprised that Von Dutch has the most streams on this album so far. Talk deserved to win on that one, but you know what, whatever. All right, what is this track? Everything is Romantic. Really nice beat on this one. You know, Charlie's talking about, you know, just not necessarily like basic pop terms, but, you know, just taking like a different perspective from it, you know. And then the beat kicks in and everything kicks in with this like warbling synth in the background, you know. Maybe it's a little bit repetitive, but besides that, I think it's a pretty solid track throughout all of these good songs that we've had so far. All right, Rewind is probably one of the most like not necessarily rudimentary, but the most like basic pop song on this album. I would hear this on a lot of other records, if I'm being completely honest. I do like, you know, the singing, you know, like the layered vocals when she says sometimes, then it goes up like a whole like scale and stuff, just nice things like that. But I mean, she's doing it better than any other artist could, but it's not like something that really blew me out of the water. Rewind is pretty good. It's not like all the other tracks. It's no talk in my opinion. Oh shit. Okay, the track So I is a lot more dark than I originally thought. I didn't know what the lyrics meant, but this is in regards to the late Sophie, which makes this a very, very sad track when you actually pick apart the lyrics. And the instrumental matches that, along with just like the singing and stuff. It's just like something where you're listening to like an album that's like mainly filled with like club bangers, and then you just get hit with that out of nowhere, and you're like, that it's not necessarily, it wasn't unnecessary. It helped the album out a lot, but you know, you're not expecting it. You're not expecting it at all, is what I'm getting. It's a crazy thing to say the very least. Okay, so for this next track, Girl So Confusing, the beat goes really, really hard. So does the synth. I can't really relate to the chorus that much because, you know, I am of the male variety, you know. I was born this way. But besides that, you know, Charlie just hits you with these lyrics, hits you with the singing. Very, very good track. I'm pretty sure this track is in regards to the singer Lorde, like from South Park. Can't necessarily tell what angle she's taking this from though. She's talking about Lorde. I can't tell if it's in like a positive way or a negative way. It's weird. She might not be talking about Lorde at all. This is just what people on my stream said. All right, don't kill me. Ooh. All right, Apple by Charlie XCX probably has one of the best beats, if I'm being completely honest. Lyrics kind of, you know, you get these good instrumentals, and then, you know, you get, I guess with this album, you can't have your cake and eat it too. There's a lot of good tracks that have good beats and good instrumentals, but for me, Apple, the instrumental just kind of carries, and the lyrics are good. I'm not saying the lyrics are bad, the lyrics are good, but they're just not as good as the instrumental. I don't think they're complimenting just how hard the instrumental goes, in my opinion. All right, Back to Back is probably another crazy club banger with the whole track going back to back to back to back. And then I can't wait for that to be played literally everywhere, because I know it's gonna be played everywhere. That's one of the tracks that gets played in the malls, in the bowling alley, at you know, like parties, you know, you're just like hanging out with people. That shit will get played in the background, but it goes so hard, you know, so no complaints here. Mean Girls has a really weird like instrumental with like the synth in the background. It feels like a pop instrumental, but it's just like it's kind of experimental for pop, if you know what I mean. It's like I don't really have a pin on it. It's like that early to mid 2000s kind of pop where they would like experiment with all these different like samples and stuff, and you hear this like talking sample in the background as she's like singing and like, you know, spitting lyrics. So Mean Girls is pretty good. And then that saw synth comes into the background with the chorus, makes everything all good, all nice. Really good track. Okay, Think About It All the Time is a track about Charlie XCX. Okay, and don't quote me on this, because I'm just reading what the lyrics say, and this is my interpretation. It feels like to me these lyrics are just her like talking about like wanting a child, you know, and being jealous of her peers and the people that she like knows that are also celebrities that manage to like do all these things, you know. She wants purpose in life. That's what this track is talking about. Really deep shit for an album that I was just gonna assume that was just club bangers, but it surprised me. All right, last track, 365, is basically the same beat as 360, pitched up, sampled, chopped, and slapped, you know. Not chopped. What am I talking about? It's just like a remix of 360 with added lyrics, added meanings, and honestly, I kind of like it better than 360. I think 365 is a lot better than 360. Of course, the titles have two different meanings, even though there's only 5 numbers apart. And that's all the tracks on this album. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to watch all my videos. Give me all that watch time, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And if you hate my gut, please let me know. All right, comment down below. All right, I'll see you guys later.